Gamescomil aitab seigelda punktid.ee.
And no limits to civilization.
No nii, nägime ära just Ciilization VI demo, saime natukene proovida ka ning nüüd on meiega liitunud Brian, kes on Ciilizationi kunstiline direktor. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
So how has the show been for you thus far?
It's been great.
It's been good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But talking about Ciilization, it's the sixth game in the series already, right? Is there anything new that you're trying to surprise fans with in the sixth installment as well?
There's a few new things.
All right.
The biggest thing is unstacking the cities.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar to Civ 5 when we unstack the units. We looked at that and it really made sense to that the cities. The environment has much more impact on where you place your cities now. You're not just looking for special resources, you're also looking for places with good adjacent bonuses for your certain types of districts and wonders in the game now. Aside from that, we have a new system called active research. So not only is the environment important for placing your cities, the environment and your actions really can influence the way you go through the tech tree or the civics tree. For example, if you build a city on the coastline where there's ocean, you have a shorter path to researching sailing than you would be if you're landlocked. So every tech and civic has one of these little mini boosts that you can do to get to that in a shorter period of time. Aside from that, I mentioned the civics tree. We've separated the civics like techs that were in Civ 5. There are certain things that didn't really make sense in there, like chivalry wasn't really a science tech. So the more the designers looked at it, the more it made sense to just pull that out into a different tree. So we actually have a substantial amount of new civics and even more than Civ 5. So if you count all the civics and techs, they add up to quite a bit.
All right. So yeah, that was actually going to be my next question about active progression, as you guys call it as well. So it basically means that if you are closer to, for example, as you mentioned, to the sea, then you have a clearer path on all the tech trees that has something to do with the sea, and you know, it applies to other places as well on the map. Cool. So for example, when we're talking about different factions, leaders, how many are there in the game?
There are 19 leaders in the game. So.
And at any single in any single game, how many leaders can be present at once?
Not sure of the exact number. We have some large maps. Large maps just in Civ 5. Have to follow up with you on that.
Sure. All right. But the leaders this time around, they have secret agendas.
They do.
So what does that mean?
Well, aside from their primary agenda, which is locked to that leader, so as you continue to play the game, you're gonna recognize what that leader's about. The secret agendas are interesting because, like you said, they're random when you start the game, so it really encourages you to do a lot more diplomacy or spying to find out what that secondary agenda is. Because it's very useful to know that agenda. You can play leaders against each other, which is a lot of fun.
It is.
Or just knowing what to watch out for in the future, and trying to be on better terms with them. It's good to have more insight into their plans.
Yeah, but what example can the secret agendas be? Is it just like a wild card system where like anything can happen at any given time with any given leader? Or for example, how can it play out in a game?
Well, we haven't talked a lot about the very specifics of all these agendas, but they're similar to the primary agenda. So I mean they're very important, just as important in the game. So knowing that will just help you progress the game a little easier.
All right. When we're talking about diplomacy, then trading tech, for example, is it back in Civ, or is it still out?
Trading tech?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. In diplomacy.
It's doable in 6.
Yes.
All right. Cool. So when can we finally expect to play the game? When is it out?
October 21st for PC.
October 21st for PC. All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Gamescomil aitab seigelda punktid.ee.